questions that I like to ask Christians is if they believe that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Almost every time I ask, I get a resounding, yes, of course he is. But then I like to ask them, well, now wait a minute. Do you really believe that? Do you believe it up here, or do you believe it in your heart? I mean, is there any shadow of turning with God, or is he really the same yesterday, today, and forever? And when people tell me that, of course, yes, he is, then I like to unlock this revelation that just blows them away when all of a sudden they realize that that is true. And that is this: if the Lord fulfilled the feast, the spring feast, to the very day, to the very hour of his first coming, he dies on Passover. He's buried on unleavened bread. He rises on the Feast of First Fruits. The Holy Spirit is poured out on the Jewish feast of Shavuot, we know as Pentecost. If he is the same yesterday, today, and forever, if he fulfilled the spring feast to the very day of his first coming, he will fulfill the fall feast to the very day of his second coming. Think about that. He fulfilled the spring feast to the day, he'll fulfill the fall feast to the day. But if we're not on the calendar that God is on, we're going to miss the event. If you love God and you want to be there at the event, then it's a good thing to be at the dress rehearsal. Think about this. Would you want to be at the wedding of the Messiah? Oh, yeah. And so I tell people, then why wouldn't you want to be at the dress rehearsal? Because when we practice or do the dress rehearsals on the very day, we need to realize they're also doing the dress rehearsal in heaven. And that's what's so significant. It's like completing a circuit. The Feast of Trumpets is the coronation of the King. Do you want to be there when Yeshua is crowned King of Kings and Lord of Lords? Can you imagine the hundreds of millions of people in heaven, and they're all clapping their hands and they're rejoicing, and Yeshua is crowned King of Kings? Every year on the Feast of Trumpets in heaven, they're practicing. Believe me, they are doing the dress rehearsal for his crowning. On that very same day on earth, we also do the dress rehearsal, going through the practice of crowning Yeshua as King. At the very same time they are in heaven, on the very day, we don't know what year the event will happen, but guess what? One of these years, when we're shouting our praises and blowing our shofars at the same time they are in heaven, boom, it's going to happen. We're going to all of a sudden be moved right into the event, and it won't be strange. It won't be something odd. It'll just be a beautiful flow of what God is already doing, and we're there.